I was skeptical about this one. I mean, I've had air compressors before that sounded like a jet engine about to take off, so when I first heard how quiet this California Air Tools CAT-60040CAD was supposed to be, I honestly thought it was just marketing talk. But after using it for a few weeks, I'm actually surprised at how much of a difference it makes, not just in noise, but in actual performance too. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the noise level is seriously impressive. At just 75 dBA, it's about as loud as a vacuum cleaner, which is wild when you think about how powerful it is. I've used this in my garage while working on projects, and I didn't have to shout over it or pause every few minutes to hear myself think. That alone makes it worth it if you're someone who values a little peace while you work. Now, let's talk power. This thing runs on twin motors and a dual piston pump, and it delivers 4.0 HP without needing oil. I've filled up my 60-gallon steel tank in just a few minutes, which is great when you're running tools like impact wrenches or spray guns. I used it to power my framing nailer for a whole afternoon without it struggling, and the tank stayed pressurized the whole time. That's a big deal if you're doing any kind of serious work. The oil-free design is another big plus. I hate dealing with maintenance, so not having to check oil levels or worry about leaks is a huge relief. It also means there's no risk of oil getting into your airlines, which can mess up your tools over time. I've had compressors in the past that left a film of oil on everything, and this one doesn't do that at all. The 60-gallon tank is massive, and it really helps with consistency. I've run my air sander for 20 minutes straight without the pressure dropping, which is something smaller compressors can't handle. If you're painting, sanding, or running multiple tools at once, this tank size makes a noticeable difference. It's also got a nice steel construction, so it feels solid and built to last. One feature I didn't expect to use much but now really appreciate is the auto drain valve. It automatically removes moisture from the tank, so I don't have to manually drain it every few days. That saved me a ton of time and keeps my tools from rusting inside. It's a small thing, but it's one less thing to worry about. The only downsides I've noticed are that it's pretty heavy, around 230 pounds, so moving it around isn't easy. I had to roll it into place with a dolly, and even then, it's not something you'll be shifting around often. Also, while it's quiet for an air compressor, it's still not silent. If you're in a shared space or trying to work late at night, you might still hear it humming in the background. All in all, this compressor has exceeded my expectations. It's powerful, quiet, and low maintenance, which is exactly what I need for my workshop. If you're in the market for a new air compressor and don't want to deal with the noise or hassle of traditional models, this one's definitely worth a look. Check it out if you're interested, the link is below. For most buyers, the real question is not whether California Air Tools CAT-60040CAD 4.0 HP ultra-quiet and oil-free air compressor, 60-gallon steel tank, 75 dBA noise level sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like ultra-quiet performance and powerful twin motors actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like California Air Tools CAT-60040CAD 4.0 HP ultra-quiet and oil-free air compressor, 60-gallon steel tank, 75 dBA noise level usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.